Sorry?
Do you know what I did before I went to the zoo? I walked up all the way Fifth Avenue from Washington Square. All the way.
Oh, you live in Greenwich Village.
No, I don't. I took the subway down to the village so that I could walk all the way up Fifth Avenue to the zoo. You know, it's one of those things a person has to do sometimes. Sometimes a person just has to go a long distance out of the way in order to come back a short distance correctly.
Oh, I thought you lived in Greenwich Village.
Well, what were you trying to do? Make sense of things? Bring order? That old pigeonhole bit? Well, that's easy for you. But I'll tell you. I live up on a 4-story brownstone rooming house on the Upper West Side between Columbus Avenue and Central Park West. I live up on the top floor, up in the rear, up the west. It's this laughably small room, and one of my walls is made of beaver board. This beaver board wall separates my room from another laughably small room, so I assume that the 2 rooms were once one room. A small room still, but not necessarily laughable. Now the room beyond my beaver board wall is occupied by this colored queen who always keeps his door open. Well, not always, but always when he's plucking his eyebrows, which he does with Buddhist concentration. Now this colored queen also has rotten teeth, which is rare. And he also wears this nice Japanese kimono, which is also really rare. And he wears this kimono to and from the John in the Hall, which is pretty frequent. I mean, he goes to the John a lot. Now, he doesn't bother me, though, and he never brings anybody up to his room. And all he does is pluck his eyebrows, wears his kimono, and goes to the John. Now, the other 2 rooms on my floor are a little larger, I guess, but they're pretty small, too. Well, there's a Puerto Rican family living in one of them, a husband, a wife, and some kids. I don't know how many. These people entertain a little bit. In the other front room, well, there's someone living there, but I don't know who it is. Never seen who it is. Never.
Why do you live there?
I don't know.
It doesn't seem like a very nice place where you live.
Well, no. It's not an apartment in the East 70s. And then again, I don't have one wife, 2 daughters, 2 cats, 2 parakeets. What I do have, I've got a few clothes, some toilet articles, a hot plate that I'm not supposed to have, a can opener, one that works with a key, you know, a knife, 2 forks and 2 spoons, 1 large and 1 small, 3 plates, a cup, a drinking glass, a saucer, 2 picture frames, both empty, 8 or 9 books, a pack of pornographic playing cards, regular deck, an old Western Union typewriter that prints nothing but capital letters, and this old small strongbox without a lock, which has inside it what? Rocks. Small rocks. Sea-rounded rocks that I picked up on the beach when I was a kid. Under which, way down, are some letters. Please, letters. Please, why don't you do this? And please, why don't you do that, letters? And when letters, too. When are you going to write? When are you going to come? When? Well, these letters are from a few more recent years.
About those 2 empty picture frames?
Well, I don't see why they need any explanation at all. Isn't it clear? I don't have pictures of anybody to put in them.
Your parents, perhaps? A girlfriend?
You're a very sweet man, Peter, and you're possessed of a truly enviable innocence. But good old Mom and Pop are dead, you know, and I am broken up about it. I mean, really, but that particular vaudeville act is just playing the cloud circuit now, so I don't see how I can look at them all neat and framed. Besides, or rather to be pointed about it, good old Mom ran out on good old Pop when I was 10.5 years old. She made this adulterous turn of our southern states, a journey of a year's duration, and her most constant companion among many, many others was a Mr. Barleycorn. Well, At least that's what good old Pop had said when he went down and came back and brought her body north. Well, we received the news between Christmas and New Year's, you see. At good old Pop, I found Mom without her ghost in some dump in Alabama. And without her ghost, well, she was less welcome. I mean, what was she? This stiff. A northern stiff. Well, at any rate, good old Pop had celebrated the New Year's for even 2 weeks, and then slapped right into the front of a somewhat moving city omnibus, so they kind of cleared things out family-wise. Well, no. There was my mother's sister, who was given it neither the sin nor the consolations of the bottle. So I moved in on her, and my memory of her is very slight, except that I remember that she did all things dourly: eating, sleeping, drinking, praying. She dropped dead on the steps of her apartment. My apartment then, too, on the afternoon of my high school graduation. A terribly Middle European joke, if you ask me.
Oh my. Oh my.
You're what? Well, that was all a long time ago, and I have no feeling about it that I want to admit to myself. Maybe you can see, though, why good old Mom and Pop were frameless. So, what's your name? Your first name?
I'm Peter.
I'm Jared. I forgot to ask you. So, what else? Ah! What's the point of having a girl's photograph, especially in 2 picture frames? I told you I had 2 picture frames, remember? Well, I never see those pretty little ladies more than once. And most of them wouldn't be caught dead in the same room with a camera. You know, it's kind of odd. And I wonder if it's sad.
The girls?
No. I just wonder if it's sad that I never see those pretty little ladies more than once. You know, I've never been able to have sex with her. How would you put it? Make love more than once with anybody. Once! That's it. Wait, no! For a week and a half, when I was 15, and I hanged my head in shame and my puberty came late. But I was a homosexual. And I mean, I was queer. Queer, queer, queer. With bells ringing and banners snapping in the wind. And for those 11 days, I met at least twice a day with the park superintendent's son. He was this Greek boy, and he had the same birthday as mine. Only he was a year older, you see. I think I was so very much in love. Maybe just with sex. But that was the jazz in a very special hotel now, wasn't it? And now, do I love the little ladies? No, really. I love them. For about an hour.
Well, it seems perfectly simple to me. You just
Wait. You're not going to tell me to get married and have parakeets, are you?
forget the parakeets and stay single if you want to. It's no business.
Look,
Fine.
I'm sorry. Look, all right. Okay? I'm sorry.